All right, you know what time it is. It's time for the Power Hour. I'm your host, DJ Larry Jones, aka Mr. Important. If you don't know me, then you don't know anybody. And I have a special guest joining me today, man. He's here to talk about the new film he directed and his partnership with Dame Dash. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Skee Skinner. Skee, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how you doing, Larry? Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too, man. You got a lot going on, man. You got a lot going on. And first off, I want to say thank you for joining me today, and I'm proud of you for what you're doing. You know,
I appreciate
let's yes, man. Let's talk about it. Man. You got some great things happening. The new film, Pieces of a Dream. You know,
it. Yes, sir.
a movie you directed. And it looks really, really interesting. I've had a chance to watch the trailer. I posted the trailer. And like I said, it looks real interesting. Now, I believe Raz B from B2K is in it, isn't he?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Did I,
Yeah, he played.
yeah,
He's a strong supporting character. Yeah, no doubt in it. He's a strong supporting character.
yeah, Raz B is a
In the
good
film.
dude, man. I had the pleasure of
Oh,
meeting this guy and hanging out with him out in Vegas, man. So yeah, he's a good brother, man. Who are some of the other actors and actresses in the film?
some of them, most of them are like Chicago-based talent, and a few from LA. But there's Harold Dennis. He plays one of the lead characters. He's a strong actor out of Chicago. Paul Branton actually is my partner, my writing partner and business partner. He played one of the lead characters in the film as well. He plays the artist. And then there's Nagina, James. She's another one of the lead characters. She's from Chicago, but she's resides in DC as well. But it's a
Mhm.
strong Chicago base. I try to give opportunity, but this one I hear happen to be a lot of Chicago based talent, and they're powerful actors and actresses that deserved an opportunity and so forth. But when people see the movie, I like to always say the movie makes stars. That's the
Right,
movie, that's the star. And there's so many meaty characters, and it's a universal story. So
right,
something that people all over the world can gravitate to. So that's cool.
right. Now let's talk about that a minute. What is the film actually about?
Oh yeah, the gist of it in a nutshell, it's four intertwining stories that revolve around the age-old moral question: does sin have weight? It really revolves around a priest that's seeking truth, a single mother seeking redemption, her teenage son seeking acceptance, and a reclusive artist seeking love. All these stories they basically weigh in on that age-old moral question, and it's like a powerful piece, a hell of a ride. When people see it, it's something that stays with you. I mean, a lot of times when we have the limited screenings and so forth, theatrical screenings across the country, people they wouldn't leave the lobby after they saw the
Wow.
movie. They were standing in the lobby and talking, and the theater owner be trying to shut down the theater, and they say, "Just could you go outside?" So they'd go outside, and they would move on. But it's I like to say the kind of movies that we do, I call them conscience films because they make you think, and it just stays on your mind, long after you've seen the film and so
Right.
forth. So it's a very good thing.
And people
It's
will
very
be able to catch it on Tubi, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's on Tubi TV. It'll be broadcast worldwide. We should have our release date later on this month. So from Dame Dash, myself with One Way Productions, as well as Homestead Entertainment, we should be making a large announcement this month at some point. And it's going to be, like I said, it'll be. I'm assuming mid December is what we're kind of thinking that they're going to give us, but we'll know for sure later on this month, and we'll be announcing it.
Right. Big shout out to Dame Dash. How did you guys connect?
Oh man, that's an amazing story unto itself. Man, about 3 or 4 weeks, about 3 weeks ago, literally, my partner had told me, "Hey, Dame's opening up a distribution on," and we were rapping about it Saturday evening, and I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna reach out to him and look into that." And once I literally went to the website that night doing some review and research on it, man, I next day, I'm sitting getting ready to just watch some football and chill out, and my phone rings, and it's Dame Dash Studios.
Right.
That's like straight up like meant to be, man. The stars were aligned and God,
Right.
man. I mean, and I get the call as the head of acquisition saying, "Hey, we've peeped your trailer on the website. We've seen some of the behind the scenes stuff that you're doing. We think what you're doing is big, and it's right in line with our mission statement, what we're trying to accomplish, and what we're trying to do with this new brand that we're putting out through Dame Dash Studios." And he laid the game out to me of what he's trying to do in about 5 minutes. And I'm telling you, Larry, it was like so in line and it's so in touch with what my mission statement is and what I'm trying to do. Me and the brother, we could literally finish each other's sentences after we
Wow.
were. it was amazing. And when something's meant to be, it's meant to be. And I kind of like to say, I just go back to the old adage: "This game recognizes game," because that's
Right.
one thing that Dame's big about. He says, he wants somebody that can hustle, and he's looking for bosses, people that make boss moves instead of just relying on him to kind
Right.
of do things for you per se. Man, I like to say all the time, like Dane provided the highway for me, man. I mean, I'm always loyal to him because he provided the highway,
Right.
but I'm bringing the vehicle and bringing some mechanisms to make that thing go. So it's an even exchange, and to some degree, it's an even exchange.
Right. I look at Dame as one of the legends in the game, man. He has a lot of knowledge about everything, man. So, yeah, he
Oh
seems
man,
like a good brother. I would love to meet that guy one day. He seemed like a good brother. Never met him. Never met him. Yeah.
definitely, he's definitely the guy's a visionary. I mean, no doubt about it, he's a visionary, and he's doing some cutting edge stuff. And the way I like to say it again is like what him and Jay did, back in the '90s and early 2000s with Rockefeller. We're about to do the same thing in the early. Here we are in the 21st century, and we're about to do it again. It's just on the film game side.
This is going to be huge, man. And when I saw the trailer, I kind of knew. I said, this is going to be big. And then when I found out that you linked up with Dame, I said, now this is really going to be big. You
Oh
know what I
yeah, oh
mean?
yeah, oh yeah, definitely, most definitely. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just universal, man. I mean, really, what's happening with it, Larry? Like people, when they stream it, people are already like literally forming like streaming parties, just waiting for the
Right.
date and having streaming parties. And what they're doing is literally bringing their cell phones, laptops, what have you. If it's tablets, whatever they have, smart TVs and so forth, they're watching on the big screen, but everybody's making sure they stream on their cell phones because every stream counts. It's
Yeah.
literally opening week. That opening week, we're anticipating well over 1 million people worldwide to be streaming pieces of a dream. And
I
I
can
might I
believe
might
that.
be shortchanging, bro. I might be shortchanging it straight up.
Yeah.
But when it's your time, it's your time. It's a
Yeah.
movement straight up. It's a straight
Yeah.
up movement.
Yeah. Now
And we
let's
like
talk.
to say, yeah, go ahead.
Uh,
I'm sorry.
now I was going to say, I want to get a little bit of your backstory, man. How long have you been doing what you're doing?
Man, I've been in the game literally since I was a sophomore in college. Back in like 1990 is when I started.
Mhm.
And as a kid in college, I was able to not only like do the film stuff and get the film knowledge, but I was able to get in the streets and get on the sets because a couple of the people that graduated from my school, they were in the film business and they took me like under their wings. So I was able to get on the sets of like mobsters and different, film shoots. And
Mm,
so and that helped give me some more knowledge and help me rub elbows with the right people. So again, I wasn't just doing student films; I was making money and doing projects while I was in school. But all the time, I was stacking my money so I could basically produce my own film. That was always my goal: produce my own stuff. So when I graduated, I went to a school called Millikan University. It's in Decatur, Illinois, because originally
okay.
I'm from Illinois, and so
Okay.
forth, a town called Alton, Illinois, right by St. Louis. But that right there gave me the opportunity to branch out, having access to the equipment. Because my whole thing was I always wanted to just get my hands on the equipment so I could learn movies by making movies. And I think
Right.
that's the best way. You can get all the books since you want, but outside of that book sense, you got to apply it to practical. And
Yeah.
that's what I was doing. So I produced like my first, feature film, independent film. It done well for me, got my name out. I started doing music videos, started doing work for professional teams like NBA, NFL. And I was
Mm,
just stacking my money all the time for the next project. And a lot of the brothers, like a lot of the OGs in the game, like your Richard Pryors, Spike Lee's, different ones like that, I wrote to them and reached out to them, just letting them know what I'm doing. And people like to see, I mean, as you know, and as the people know, they like to see you doing something. And when you're doing something, the right people are going to hold you down and put you, put you up on some game
right.
and get you to the next step. And all the while, again, I'm just, recycling my money into myself, investing in myself. But nobody's going to invest in you if you're not willing to put some skin in your own game.
That's
And
true.
from there, you fast forward all that stuff to 1998. I made a film called Vacant Lot. And Vacant Lot, that film went on to get picked up by the network called Stars, that BMF and Power and all that stuff is on.
Right.
That's when they were launching that channel back then, but they launched it on the back of my film, Vacant Lot. And Vacant Lot was like their number one film for 6 months, literally.
Mm,
And that really got me further penetration in the game. And that's how it works. And you just keep stair stepping them. And I thank God, man. Like I said, I've been preserved and I've been around the right people. It's not an overnight story, but it feels like a lot of
right.
people it feels like. But
Right.
right place, right time. But the hustle was right. I was always keeping my nose, to the grindstone.
Right. And that's how it looks to some people, like, oh, he just came out of nowhere, but they don't know the backstory. They don't know the struggle. And I always like to hear that. When I'm talking to someone on the show, I always like to ask about that backstory, man, because there's somebody out there watching this that may feel like, okay, I've been at this thing for the longest, whatever he or she may be doing, I've been at this thing for the longest, nothing is popping off. I'm just gonna give up. I felt that way a few times, you know what I mean? But
Oh, yeah.
if you keep going, don't stop, it'll eventually break through. And that's what
There
it's
you
doing
go.
for you, man. But you've been at it, man. Like I said, I'm gonna look that show up, Vacant Lot. I want to see that.
Yeah, oh yes, it is definitely. It's a jazz piece. Actually, it's a kind of a jazz inspired story, and
Okay.
so forth. But it was a good piece. It was, like I said, it's done well for me. Done well for me in terms of keeping my name in the game. People respect you when they see, you're studying the craft and you're applying, the
Right.
skills to the
Right.
so forth, instead of just making any kind of movie. But I like to,
Mm,
again, I like to be responsible, with my films. But at the same time, when people leave the theater or get done watching it on TV or what have you, they are always going to have a conversation about what they've seen.
right. Man, like I said, I look forward to seeing it. What's next, man? What do you plan on doing next with your future? I know it's gonna. How far do you want to take? And I know you're gonna say sky's the limit, but what's next for you, brother?
Man, what's wild, Larry, is like Dame and everybody. They ask, like, they once a person gets to know me, the type of individual I am, I have like incredible drive, and
Mm,
they say, "Man, I know you got other films, I know you got other joints that you want to do." Well, the thing is, I got 6 films. Literally, I stay 3 to 4 films ahead of myself.
mm,
So really, I've got a series of about 6 films that are ready to go. I'm looking forward to literally like shooting the next film in the summer or maybe the late fall of the coming year. But it's an incredible like film. It's a murder mystery drama type of film. That's the next joint we're doing. But I pretty much cover all the genres in my writing because I'm not just a director. I direct, I write, and I produce. And along with my co-writer, Paul Branton, who also stars, he's one of the stars in Pieces of a Dream. He plays the artist and so
mm.
forth. We stay well ahead of ourselves, and we put the artwork out. We've got artwork, we've got movies, we got our hands in a lot of different things and entities. So One Way Productions, I'm not going anywhere, and I
Right.
try to provide much opportunity. And obviously, hooking up with Dane, he's definitely what I call like an educator. An
Yeah.
educator. If you cling to him, just watch just watch his moves.
Right.
And like I said, the guy's a visionary, and I respect him big time, for the opportunity and just again extending the olive branch to me to see the talent in me and give me an opportunity. And
Right.
I'm not gonna drop the ball. Like I'm in hand to the ball, I'm not gonna drop it. I'm
Man,
not
well,
gonna drop it. I'm here.
right, man. Like I said, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you, brother. The film looks good. I can't wait to see it. Pieces of a Dream coming out on Tubi TV. So hey, man, like I said, man, keep it coming. Keep it coming. I know you got
Oh,
some
yeah.
good stuff coming, man. God bless you, man. I thank you
Oh,
so
yeah.
much for being on the show. Shout
Yes,
out
sir.
to you, Dame Dash, and the whole staff, man.
Definitely. I appreciate you, Larry. And got love for you. And like I said, we'll be back on the show with more product.
Right
Continue to
after,
bring you product.
yeah, right after the debut, man. I got to have you back on. We got to go over the film, talk about it, and you know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean,
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
do it that
Most
way.
definitely. Most definitely. I
Ladies
look
and
forward to
yes, sir. Skee Skinner, thank you so much. It's the Power Hour.
it. Thank you. Man. Take care.